Shalom. Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka, which means peace, love, and blessings. First and foremost, we want to face the east. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers over at GMS that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. And I keep saying that before every class, but it's really starting to show now, since all the other camps keep changing their doctrine, you're starting to see that it's truly false doctrine. And today, we're going to get into some 100% truth. And Tazma is going to go ahead and bring us out of class. So without further ado.
All right, Shalom. I was inspired to do this lesson because lately I've been seeing a lot of videos made by especially Israelite Christians.
That's the spirit.
That are trying to save the heat, particularly the evil. All right? I was watching the beloved Elder Manata Zakba's video, and he was going into detail about how a lot of our people, they're not satisfied with salvation being for themselves. They want to include the heathens into this. Okay, especially not the heathens, the Edomytes. All right, they never ask about what about the Ishmaelite, what about the Moabites, what about the Ammonites. All right, they inquire about the well-being of their captors, of their oppressors. All right, what's it called? Stockholm Syndrome. All right, and that's a perfect illustration of Stockholm Syndrome amongst our people, because they're wanting to save these people, the very people that brought us over here and treated us like shit for the better part of 400 years. Okay? Salvation is of the Jew, salvation is of the Israelite. All right? The Lord ain't coming here to save no one else other than the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? So the lesson, the title of the lesson is, the Lord is using the Edomites as an agent of evil. Okay? That's the only purpose that they serve here on this earth. They are agents of evil. Okay? And the reason they were sent here is twofold. All right? To show us what evil looks like. All right? Personified. Right? We learn from them. And you see our people adopting a lot of their ways. They're as wicked as the heathen are. Right? But primarily, they were sent here to punish us. That's the purpose of the Edomites, to punish us. All right, we sinned against the Lord. The Lord vowed that he would punish us by way of our captors, our enemies, the Edomites. Okay, which brings me to my first precept. Can we get Psalms chapter 17, verse 13?
Psalms chapter 17, KJV authorized. This is Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13, and it reads, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword."
So why is King David asking the Lord, praying to the Lord to deliver his soul from the wicked? Why is that? Well, the wicked, again, is the sword of the Lord. They're agents of evil. They were sent here on this earth to punish us for going off, for sinning against the Lord, right? Let me read that again. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Cast him down is take him out of power, right? Remember, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, pursuant to the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. Okay? He's got the world in his hand pretty much. Okay? He's ruling everything. He's controlling everything. All right? Through colonialism. All right? He's spreading his propaganda all over, his wicked philosophies all over the world. Okay? So let's go to the book of Genesis chapter 27, verse 40. Okay? Because this sword, this blessing of the sword, was given to them. And the sword is representative of destruction. It's not just a tool of or an instrument of military might. Although the Edomites are known for their military might, but it's a means of destruction because they use their philosophies to destroy us here in Babylon the Great. Worldwide, but in particularly here in Babylon the Great. And their philosophies are more destructive than the actual military, their weaponry. Okay? Through feminism. Okay? Feminism enabled our women to, or caused them to abort, delete their babies. I don't want to say the word because I'll get the damn video taken off of YouTube. Alright? But the so-called black woman leads all women on this earth in terms of the number of baby deletions. Alright? This falls, again, it falls under the realm of Esau, Edom, and his sword, his wicked devices. Okay? Using that to destroy our people. It's something like 60 million babies destroyed or deleted since 1970 by way of, you know what? Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27. Do you want me to start at 38?
Start at 38. Give it context.
Genesis, chapter 27, starting at verse 38, and it reads, And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of the heaven from above. Verse 40, here's the point. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Keep going. Oh, I'm sorry. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The day of mourning of my father, the days of mourning of my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Stop right there. Okay, and that was prophetic. All right, that foreshadowed what was to come in terms of the ongoing perpetual dynamic taking place between the children of Israel and the Edomites, okay, to this very day. That dynamic was ongoing, right? And it culminated here in Babylon the Great with them doing the evil that they perpetrated against our people, all right? They haven't been neighborly, they haven't been loving, they haven't shown kindness, they haven't shown us love, they haven't shown us compassion, they haven't shown us any level or any ounce of empathy whatsoever. Because it's not in them to do that. Why? Because they're the wicked. Right? You think you can get something righteous? All right? You think you can get some love out of something that's wicked? All right? This is their spirit that's doing this. It's not their flesh per se. All right? The flesh is obviously driven or controlled by the spirit. Right? Got a precept?
This is Luke, chapter 6 and 44. And it reads, this is a precept, For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of the thorns men do not gather figs, nor of the bramble bush gather they grapes. So you're not going to find good out of evil, just like you said. That's simple. It's that simple. This book is that easy.
And it's that straightforward. It is that straightforward, that black and white, that concrete. Okay? Because if you look at the fruits of these Edomites, right, it's going to be rotten fruit. Okay? In terms of, like I said, the dynamic between us and them. All right? It's always been an adversarial relationship. All right? They've never supported us. All right? They mock us. They ridicule us. They create laws to keep us down. Right? They put the deletion clinics in our neighborhoods. Why? Because they're trying to get rid of us. All right? Is that a symbol or is that a gesture of love? All right? Putting killing clinics in your neighborhood? I mean, it's mind-boggling how our people can't see the inherent evil in this country that's committed against our people. All right, under the guise
liquor stores and smoke shops and everything.
Liquor stores on every corner. All right, now, can you point to any Edomite neighborhood, right, and see a black-owned, so-called black-owned liquor store in any of their affluent neighborhoods, okay, I'll give you my paycheck if you can find it.
You know what's crazy about that? You won't find anything of low value in their neighborhood.
God.
You won't even find
You won't
like
even find McDonald's.
That's what I was going to say. No, Jack in the Box. No, we got to stay healthy over here. If you want that, you need to go into town for that.
If you go out to anywhere,
Yeah.
you're not gonna find it.
You're not.
That might be the only thing you get is a McDonald's out there. And I mean, if you find one. But that's just because that place pops up out where it's like on the side of a mountain. But honestly, when you go into, and I built these neighborhoods, they have their own everything inside of the neighborhood.
And I would say now you probably see them more so just because they changed their business model. Because now they sell premium and gourmet type coffee, all right? And that's what they cater to, the more affluent people. I mean, not all those affluent neighborhoods, but you can sort of get away with it because it's no longer pushed as a fast food joint when they sell these premium coffees and whatnot. The fancy Starbucks type coffees and whatnot.
But it's owned by their own people. You're not going to find a black-owned McDonald's in the rich white neighborhood.
Good point. Again, that's what I was saying. So, like the brother was saying, he just brought out that precept. Look at their fruits. Look at what they're doing. All right. Look at their deeds. Look at their actions, and it shows you. It tells you. Right? Invariably, what they're doing and what their motives are. Because they're not putting a liquor store in your neighborhood because they care about you. Right? They care about the people and, the drunks that are in the neighborhoods. They want to make sure you got your wine and your top, your weed paper and all that other stuff. Nah, you don't see that in their neighborhoods. Right? So, again, this is what these devils are about, but you still got our people trying to save them. Okay? Again, you got to look at the fruits of these people. Let's go to the book of, Psalms chapter 37, verse 12.
You got it?
Psalms 37, verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gaineth and garnish upon him with his teeth, or gnash at him upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming.
So let's stop right there, because verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just. The wicked being Esau, Edom, the Edomites. And who are the just? The Israelites, right? This is what they're about. Plotting and scheming and creating all kinds of snares to trap our people, to ensnare and trap our people. Okay, again, through their philosophies, right? The drugs that they're putting in the streets. All right? And they'll point the finger and say, hey, look at all these druggies, these Israelite druggies. All they do is think about, wait a minute, who's putting the drugs in the neighborhood, right? Who's putting all the guns in the neighborhood for us to commit those, the drive-by shootings and whatnot. In fact, which reminds me, there's an expose on the law enforcement agencies throughout America, on the East Coast primarily. What they're doing is they're buying guns. They're legally buying guns, but they're selling them to these mugs and these little knuckleheads in the hood. There's this big investigation that's going on because these cats are supplying guns. These are law enforcement officials.
You know what's funny about that? When we had that big, what's his name when he stepped on his neck? I can't read. George Floyd. So when they had those George Floyd riots in Phoenix, I got family in Phoenix. They said they were dropping pallets of bricks off at the corner.
I saw
just
it
leaving
on
them there.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
I saw it. I saw it in my own eyes.
So
I saw it in my own eyes on
so
YouTube.
So confirming what he was just saying. That's all I have to say. It's just confirming what you were saying.
So what do you think they're doing? Putting guns in these neighborhoods, in the inner cities, right? Supplying Pookie and Ray Ray, okay, with weapons of destruction, Okay, because what they're doing is they're supplying them with these weapons so they can destroy each other, right? Because they're certainly not going into Beverly Hills and doing the thing with these guns that they're selling them, right? No, they're providing them to Pookie and Ray Ray so they can shoot up the hood.
And you know, everything is through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Pookie and Ray Ray, you are the 2 and the thirds. You're the 2 and you're the 2/3. I'm sorry for this.
I like that. I like that. That's right.
2 and the
Pookie
third.
The 2 of the
God.
third. Yep.
So you gotta realize that you're being set up. So they say they lay out a snare. A snare is a trap. They're laying out a trap for you, but this is the really cool part about it. You guys are going to be caught in that trap, but they're going to get caught in it too because you'll be shooting their asses up. And that's how it's going to work. Just like when they put like a pandemic on us, none of us want to deal with that, but all of their people are running down in droves, driving up in cars, waiting in line, sweating over whether they can get saved from this new miraculous miracle product that they have. I don't want to get too deep, clearly, but it's true. That's all.
You got Israelites, again, all they want to save is the Edomytes, right? They don't care about the Moabites, they don't care about the Hamites, you know, even the people that look like them, the Hamites.
They want to save their God. They want to save their God.
Yeah.
God is your God. They get mad at this. They get mad when they see this. Now, how in the hell, who gets mad when this looks like you and you're mad about this?
Mad about that.
You're mad about this? This is the real description right here. This is a description of a person according to Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14.
No, they don't want that to be the case. I got family members that say, oh no, they scoff at the idea of the notion.
One of my sons came out white.
They're praying to the Lord, sweet Jesus, that he doesn't look like this.
Sweet baby.
Oh, they're wrong. They've got to be wrong.
Right, they gotta
This
be
this
wrong.
can't be the. He might not physically. He might not take on those exact features, but the like the color is right.
It's a more accurate depiction in terms of his skin color.
It's a depiction. Thank you. And you're not supposed to look. Oh, that's what he's going to look like. His cheekbones are going to be that shape, and his nose. That's what they're. That's how semantical it really is. You guys are going to be like. You're going to be, man, you're going to be just embarrassed at the end. We follow the scriptures. You follow whatever your little heart desires. It's called self-will.
If I hear that scripture brought out about us loving the Edomites and
The Assyrian?
Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite one more time. I ain't gonna do nothing. It's just nerve-wracking. It gets under the skin because that's not what it means. And I'm going to prove that. Let's go to the book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18 in the NLT.
Leviticus chapter 19. And you said the NLT?
NLT.
Leviticus 19 and 18, NLT. And it reads, in that day, 5 of Egypt's cities will follow the Lord. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. What's that? What's Leviticus? Leviticus 19 and 18. Sorry, Mom. NLT. All right, Leviticus 19 and 18, the New Living Translation, and it reads, do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahweh.
Read that one more time.
Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite.
Stop right there. Do not bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite. Did it say anything about any of these damn heathens? Did it say anything about an Edomite? Can you not bear a grudge against them? Because again, they take Deuteronomy chapter 23:7 out of context. So you're not allowed to abhor an Edomite. Meanwhile, all they've done is shown nothing but hatred and wickedness toward our people. But you can't give them the same in turn, right? That's absurd. That is absurd. I mean, it's more proof that doesn't mean exactly what it says. The Edomite that it's talking about is actually a Syrian, right? Not a Syrian, a Syrian. right? S-Y-R-I-A-N. All right? And it's a typo. This, I believe it's in the Blue Letter Bible that is a typographical error, if I'm not mistaken.
It's thou shalt not abhor an Assyrian. But that goes into, so when you go into different translations, it's going to say the land that they're in. It's talking about the Israelites that are in Assyria. And so when you really go down into the etymology of it, the true meaning, it's telling you the Israelites within that specific land. That's why you guys, well, that's talking about the Edomytes. No. They literally made a typographical error on purpose so you guys could do all this bullshit. But when you go right back to Assyrian, and then you find out in the Wycliffe Bible from the 1300s, the Geneva Bible, when they say it, it is going to always be, I forget, I think it was Ariam Log who brought out the class on it. Well, we're talking about the main elders.
I have a Wycliffe Bible. I
Yeah,
never read
1300s.
that. Okay, yeah, and I got it from the 1300 version. So I'm gonna have to look that up. But I know, just from watching the videos and the lessons and such, that's what it means. But what we just brought out here in Leviticus, your brother or your neighbor, let's read that one more time, bro.
Leviticus 19 and 18, and it reads, "Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahweh."
So your fellow Israelite is your neighbor, okay? Because you idiot Christians are always quick to say, love thy neighbor. You're supposed to love thy neighbor as thyself. Oh no, who is the neighbor? Who is the neighbor? The neighbor's your Israelite, the Israelite brother, right? Come on, man. Come on. Stupid Christians. All right, let's go to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 4. In the NLT, of Shah.
In the NLT?
Okay. Habakkuk 2, verse 4. See, the enemy is puffed up, his desires are not upright, but the righteous person will live by his faithfulness.
Is that NLT? You said verse 4? Look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness of Yahweh.
Look at the proud. Now, who could that possibly be talking about? That talking about the Israelites? You got proud Israelites, but the proud, all right, is synonymous with the wicked, right? The man of sin. That's the Edomytes, all right? Pursuant to the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Right, this is talking about the Edomites in this context. All right, see, the Lord has many nicknames for these devils. And you notice that all the nicknames that the Lord has for the Edomites is not that of an endearing one, right? It's not an endearing term like the apple of his eye, like my chosen, like my jewels, all right? When he references or uses those names to describe, okay, a nation of people, he's talking about the Israelites, his own, his beloved, right? He never used those words, those terms to describe no damn Edomite. You're known as the proud, the wicked, right? The man of sin, the son of perdition, the devil, Satan. Right? But again, you got Israelites that are still trying to save these goddamn devils, man. All right? The same people that's been whooping your ass, they're tying you up to tree posts, whipping you with chains and whipping you with whips, right? Lynching your people, burning crosses in front of your house, right? Snatching up your woman, raping her in front of you, in front of the children, right? All that wickedness and evil, we're just supposed to sweep under the rug, and we're just supposed to let bygones be bygones. Hell no. Hell no. You're gonna pay with blood, sweat, and tears for all your evil and wickedness that you committed against the children of Israel. All right? There's no such thing as being forgiven for all that evil. Oh, hell no. y'all gonna pay. Y'all gonna pay. I can't wait. You looking something up, bro?
No, I was in Obadiah way. Just making sure you weren't
go
gonna-
ahead. Go ahead.
Or which one was it?
Obadiah chapter 1, I want to say verse 5, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
Okay. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Stop right there. The pride of thine heart. Okay, these are the most proud people on the face of this earth. Okay, they walk into a room, they're proud. Right? Let's go back
Wait,
to.
hold on. I gotta get one precept since we're in Obadiah.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
We're gonna jump down to verse 10 and get right to the point. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. All you stupid fucking Christians, you ain't getting them in.
Wait a minute. Did he say for a week?
No, ever.
Did he say 10 years?
Ever.
No, he said
And
1,000 years. No, you making that up, bro.
Ever.
No, read that again, because you making that up. That ain't in the Bible.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Forever. That means when they are extinct, there ain't no coming back for the Edomytes. Okay? And this world's going to be in a good way. It's going to be better off. All right? No more war, no more destruction, no more pestilence, no more violence against the children of Israel. Or even if they were here on this earth. We get those new bodies, that's a wrap. Okay? You devils are done for. Okay?
And that goes verse 18.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 18, we're just going to skip right down to the points on Esau.
Bring it out.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it.
No. It didn't say that. What it said was the Lord was going to give them salvation, everlasting life, and rulership, co-rulership with the Hebrew Israelites.
Co-ownership.
That's what he said. Read that again. Because that ain't what that said. No, the Lord's giving everybody salvation.
Obadiah 1 and 18, and it reads, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it.
T.D. Jakes has spoken it.
Yahweh hath spoken it.
Creflo Dollar has spoken it.
Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rakha, Kodash.
Nah. Joyce Myers, the Christian pastor.
Thou shalt not let a woman speak. She's a witch. I can't. Thou shalt not usurp. Thou shalt not let a woman usurp authority over a man. Joyce Myers, you got to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We do not subscribe to you.
So the point is, thus saith the Lord.
Thank
Okay,
you.
the Lord said this. Okay, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. None of you goddamn Christian pastors and ministers, all right, because it seems like what they say, what comes out of their mouth is gospel, all right? So let's go back to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 4 again. Talk about the proud.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and 4, and it reads, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
Wait a minute, I thought that said it was righteous. I thought the Edomite soul was righteous. Read that again.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
So if it's not righteous, what is it?
It's
What is it?
unrighteousness.
It's wicked. Straight up evil is straight up wicked. So can a wicked heart do anything that's righteous? I mean, it can do stuff that's under the guise of
Well,
righteousness.
if they do something good, they do it grievously.
Con.
That's scripture.
But have they ever done anything righteous for us in this shithole of a country?
No. It's always, it's a righteous billboard. It looks good on paper, but when you get down into the workings of it, it's botched. And what the word botched means is there's mistakes throughout, so it's no good.
And I refer to it as a shithole because of the iniquity, because of the sin, because of all the bloodshed, because the land is defiled. All right? And that's why this place will not be healed. Precept.
I was going to say, just like a drunkard in his own vomit, it's like this whole place is the vomit, and everybody here is drunk. You can't. The vomit represents your sin. You can't get out of it, and you're stuck in a mind state of being compared to somebody who's obliterated. Now, I've been drunk before in my life, and
we all have.
And it's an embarrassing feeling that next day when you start having flashbacks of what happened the night before because you had no control over yourself.
We all have.
So your mind, your thought process is all wrong. So you're stumbling in your own sin with no way out of it, and then you refuse the prophets. I guess I should find that precept, huh? Like a drunkard stumbling in his own vomit. And Isaiah 19 and 14, and it reads, "The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunk man staggereth in his vomit." Everything you do is screwed. Everything you do is like, and they even tell you, we're setting a trap and a snare. And what do? They fall into it every time. And then a couple of you 2/3 fall in with them. It's like the casualties of war for those guys. They don't care if they lose somebody. They just want us out of here. That's my precept.
Can we get, let's see, Numbers chapter 35,
33,
verse
35.
33.
33 and 35.
33, 35.
That's
Like
it,
That's
right
the
there.
spirit.
That's
That's
it
the
right
spirit.
That's the spirit, bro.
Numbers chapter 33. And we're going to go down to the point, which is in 35.
Oh, no, I think he was right. It's 35, 33.
35
Yeah.
That's the spirit, bro.
Yeah.
and 33.
The land.
Somebody off the sidelines is in the spirit today. So this is Numbers 35 and 33. "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." And that goes right back into you Edomytes. That is a dead serious. So if you think that we're going to be reparations through money with our enemy's face on it, according to Scripture, your blood has to be shed for us to be repaired. So we tell you every time, the weapons of our war are spiritual, not carnal. So guess what? When we get repaired and your blood sheds, it's not us that's going to do it. It's Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai.
Beautiful. So much for this place being healed. Let's see. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 51. Is it 5 or 6? Or is it even 7?
Jeremiah chapter 51. We all know what 51 and 1 says if you study. So let's go to the point, and it's either 5 or 6. We want to flee out of the midst of Babylon.
Time.
Verse 6, and it reads, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense."
I'm looking for, we should have healed Babylon.
Oh, okay.
Is that 7?
9. So I can just keep reading. "Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, and made all the earth all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. If so be, she may be healed." Verse 9, here's the point. we would not have healed Babylon. We would have healed Babylon. But she is not healed. Forsake her and let her go. Let us go, everyone, into his own country. For her judgment reacheth into heaven and is lifted up indeed to the skies.
Break it down, baby.
So this has been the greatest empire, and well, I can't say all because you had the original Babylon, but this is mimicking that original Babylon, and America has pushed it so far. They've gone past the point of return. That's why it says there's no healing her.
There's the example right there.
Yes, the example is right over here. We got the biggest Christmas tree in town right next to us. But the problem is let me go back into it real quick. For we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Why? Because nobody's going to change. We've told you a million times, through the foolishness of our teaching, he found us acceptable. We know you're not going to change. Well, for Most High willing, you change. We come out here hoping that we will get a sincere person, righteous in the truth, of the 1/3. But, as you can see, that's very, very, very far and few in between. So, Babylon has gone so far off, away from the truth. The place is a complete antichrist spirit, is what I'm trying to say. Everything about America is against Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai's teachings. Your holidays, your weekdays, your Sabbath days, just everything about, even when the times of day, it becomes a new day at 12 o'clock at night. In the midst of the middle of the darkness of dark. Don't you guys get it? Dark, black, and evil all go together. It's synonymous.
Good point. Yes, pursuant to the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25, he's changing laws and times.
Yes. And through peace he shall cause craft to prosper.
And like the brother was saying, again, and this reinforces the previous precept that we brought out, Numbers chapter 35. It's not going to be healed. This land is defiled. All right? From the witchcraft, the wickedness that takes place here, to the bloodshed of the innocent, the just, the Israelites. All right? We could be swimming in this blood here. So much bloodshed from hundreds of years of murder and oppression. This place is never going to be healed. Yet you got Christians that are praying for the healing of this place. Christians that want this place to go on forever.
Make America great again.
They want to make this place great again. I mean, think about that. I mean, here it is. You're supposed to be a Christian, and you know what greatness awaits. Now, obviously, if you're not an Israelite, it means absolutely nothing. That's neither here nor there. Okay? But let's just say that Christianity was a true religion. All right? For argument's sake. Let's say it was a true religion. Now, you know full well when the Messiah returns, as they say, Jesus returns, all right, everything is going to be, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established on this earth. Everlasting life. You got new bodies, but yet these idiots, all right, they'd rather make their money, make their riches, and pass their substance down to their babes, all right? Pass their riches on to their descendants and die like mortals, right? Now, you have the power, according to Christianity, to hasten the return of the Lord so he can, again, usher in the kingdom of heaven, give you everlasting life, have everybody floating around playing the harp and drinking milk and honey. I mean, that's heaven according to a stupid-ass Christian, right? So why wouldn't you be praying for that instead of praying for America to be made great again? Because those of us of the righteous, those of us of the elect, the hopeful elect, we're praying for the exact opposite. We're praying for this place to be destroyed. Fucking make America great again.
If you're praying for America, it shows you have an antichrist spirit.
Yeah,
you are against Christ's
teaching. Destroyed.
If you know that this place is secret Babylon, what part of it becomes great? What do you mean? What is your definition of making it great?
There's nothing great about this place. There's
you know
nothing.
What I'm saying?
This is a den of iniquity. It's
a den of
wickedness.
thieves.
It's a den of thieves. It's a den of iniquity. It's a den of murderers, robbers, right? Adulterers, oppressors. There's nothing positive about this place other than the physical country, all right? I mean, it's beautiful here, but we're talking about the people who run it, the Edomytes, all right, with their alphabet lifestyle, their alphabet agenda that they're pushing. I mean, everything is a snare. Everything is wicked, and everything is centered around doing evil. But yet, you got Christians, believers of the Lord, holding the Bible in their hand, talking about making the Lord, please make this den of iniquity great again.
It's place called spiritual Sodom.
Yeah, it's called spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt. I mean, it's more proof that these idiots don't read the Bible. They don't believe anything that's written in the Bible. I mean, everything is just a meaningless allegory, right? Which is ironic, you know? I mean, it's a contradiction in terms, okay? There's an allegory, there's a moral to the story, right? But with these idiots, they read it and it doesn't mean what it says. It just sounds cool. And that's the allure of Christianity for these idiots, is that it just sounds cool, right? All these stories in the Bible, they really don't have any meaning.
No, they're real all the way up until you tell them what the real meaning of it is. Now it's just a story.
Or a fairy tale.
God.
Yeah, they don't even, in fact, I've had so many people be like, yeah, I believe in God, I'm a Christian, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't believe in that Bible. But this is the King James Version. Every Bible is rewritten off this Bible. I don't believe in that Bible. My God would never do that. My God is love. I have a personal relationship with my God. I'm just like, well, where is that in the Bible?
That is all you hear from these damn Christians, man. God is love. I mean,
My God.
nothing could be further from the truth. This is more proof that they don't understand Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's
They don't want to
Antichrist
understand. It is. Let's go to the book of Psalms chapter 10. All right, because we're bringing out scriptures, all right, that's proven who and what they are. We're bringing out scriptures that basically tell you that they don't mean you any good. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They don't mean you any good. They hate you. They despise you. Everything is a trap. Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 10:3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and bless the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth. If I said that right. You can say that again. For the wicked boast of his heart's desire, and bless the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth. Covetous. Thank you.
Let me get that in NLT for you, please. Can I read it in NLT?
Go ahead, bro. That's what I meant to get. That's the spirit.
All right. This is Psalms chapter 10:3 in the NLT. For they brag about their evil desires. They praise the greedy and curse Yahweh. The wicked are too proud to seek Yahweh. They seem to think that Yahweh is dead. Want to keep going?
Go ahead, bro.
Yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. They sneer at all their enemies. They think nothing bad will ever happen to us, but we will be free of trouble forever.
Read that last two precepts, bro.
The 5 and 6 again?
Yeah.
Yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. They sneer at all their enemies.
That's the point. Stop right there. They sneer at all their enemies. And who are their enemies? Who are the enemies of the Edomites?
Anybody that won't take the MOTB, just like during the times of the Romans and the Greeks, you had to get the ivory leaf stamped on your arm to let them know that you were in agreement with them, that you were in allegiance. We were, what do they call that? Confederate. We were confederate together, so we would have to get that to let them know. And anybody that didn't should be put to death. But that's one of the, I'm sorry, I just came out, but that's one of the ways, that's the only way you get to be their friend. So they can mark you and know that you're the one that they're coming after next.
My point was that we're their enemies. You know, children of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the sons of God. All right, because we're standing in the way of their kingdom. Okay, continuing. Now we know it's not going to continue forever because these self-destructive mofos are going to destroy themselves. They're doing it now. And you can see their this kingdom collapsing from the inside out. All right, and it's ultimately going to lead to their destruction. Look at the economy, right? Look at how people are languishing. People are depressed. All right, how many people are on medications now because they're so damn depressed? All right, and this is all secondary to the wicked, who's in power, who's in control. All right, see, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are ruling, the people mourn. And I'm roughly paraphrasing here. Okay, but that's a very, very powerful precept. Okay, because the righteous are going to be ruling according to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? The laws of the Lord are perfect. Right? Converting the soul. So naturally, people are going to benefit from that. A society, a world is going to benefit from the law, statutes, and commandments being enforced worldwide. But if they're not, what's going to ultimately happen? All right, it's going to self-destruct. It's going to implode like Babylon the Great's doing now. Okay, where you can't define what a woman is. All right, the average woman, especially the educated woman, they can't tell you what a woman is. They don't want to, right? And who was the idiot judge who couldn't define what a woman was? Okay, a PhD level woman couldn't tell you what the hell a woman was. I mean, what kind of foolishness is that? All right, it's because it's feminism that's corrupt, and again, it's one of the wicked devices of these goddamn Edomytes.
It's the next verse. It's the next verse.
Go ahead, bro.
They're what are they doing? They're running their mouths, right, and lying to you. They can't tell you what a woman is. This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 7. Their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tips of their tongue. That is beautiful.
And it just sums up the Edomite, because when you look, I mean, how many, maybe it's just me, but how do you brothers feel when you listen to these devils, especially these goddamn politicians?
They're waiting for someone stupid.
Talking. All right, does it annoy you when you sitting there listening to them speaking? Even if you're watching a video of one of the brothers, you know, they playing a clip or a soundbite from one of these devils.
I've actually turned it off a few times. Like, I
do the same thing.
I remember, oh, I'm watching a class, I gotta get through
I do the
this.
same thing.
I've turned it off.
It don't sound right.
It just doesn't. You know they're full of shit. You know these goddamn devils are full
I
of
can't
shit.
even listen to the full
Your fucking
thing.
blood boils.
Yes.
Your blood is boiling because you know these damn devils are up to no good. Everything that comes out of their goddamn mouth is deceit and fucking lies.
Their mouths are full of cursing and lies and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tips of their tongues. Verse 8. They lurk in ambush in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They are always searching for helpless victims. Those are those stupid 2/3. That's why they're putting them out there. People like us, we're watching a damn video from a camp leader, and I've turned the video off because I got so irritated like him that I forgot I was watching the camp. I was like, oh hell no, what is this? And I'm like, oh wait a second. That was a Menachus Akbar. I forgot. He'll play the whole thing for like 5 minutes too.
I do the same thing. I fast forward because I can't stand it. It's just it bothers it's like fingers going
on the
chalkboard.
chalkboard.
That's how much it bothers me. I can't deal with it, man. I mean, I get angry. It angers me.
They start doing that double speak.
The double speak. That's what they do. Circumlocution. Double speak.
And that's where you guys become those helpless victims, because you fall right into the trap and you believe them.
Mm-hmm.
In your heart you believe
A
them.
perfect example, vocab Malone, because he talks like that.
Yeah.
And he ensnares him with his words. You know, these stupid ass Israelite Christians, they listen to him talk about this Hebrew Israelism.
Black.
And he says, you know, and he says a whole lot
or
to get you
BHI
off of what the main
black
He does.
Israelism.
So that's that double speak
Israelism.
stuff.
That's exactly what it is.
It's
And
a trigger word.
It's their words, like they say, their words are smoother than butter, right? Because our people like to be entertained, right? Our people like to be entertained. So you got fancy where you got that gift of gab, like they say, that silver tongue. I don't care who you are, fucking Edomite, an Israelite, a Moabite. If you got that gift of gab, our people are sold.
What's that scripture say? Speak unto me smooth words.
Oh,
That's
Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 30. I'll get that real quick.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 10, and it
that's
reads,
it.
we'll start at
You know
verse
what he said.
8 actually. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8. Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come, forever and ever. Just before we go further, notice how the Most High is saying to write it in a book. What's the first thing a Christian says once you confound them with the truth? That's man's book.
That's man's book.
Where'd you get your shit from? A newspaper? I mean, it's a book.
I'm telling me this man wrote that.
Yeah, so who wrote your book? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Anyway, verse 9. This is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh. And here's the point, which say to the seers, see not. And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. We want to hear lies. That's why you guys fall into the trap, because you want to hear the lie.
We want to hear vocab Malone.
We teach like Mark 4 and 16. You've been sown on stony ground. You received that word, but once you found out about the real truth, you were offended.
Offended is right. They get offended. They get offended about the truth. They get offended about the notion that salvation is for the Israelites. They get offended that these devils, their oppressors, have to go into slavery. And then they're going to be obliterated off the face of this earth. They're going to be literally annihilated off the face of this earth. And that doesn't sit well with any, especially the so-called black, the black woman. Okay? They love their oppressor, man.
They
don't
love
wanna
that
see,
freedom they have.
They
That
don't
little
want to
taste.
see anything happen to that devil. All right?
They're not oppressed the same way we are. And they did it that way because it goes back into the Willie Lynch letters. I mean, put one above the other and then keep switching the roles until they are just going at each other, and you just step back now with perpetual motion. It's working all by itself. See, we just had to do it a few times, a few generations, and now they're all on their own. We don't even have to do nothing. Now we have to fucking fight them off. That's what we have to do now. Every black girl thinks that men want a fake ass, fake titties, fake nails, fake eyelashes, fake hair. I want to smack the fake off you. I mean, damn. I don't even let my wife wear makeup. That's just disgusting to me. Why do you want to go out the house looking like a fucking clown?
And
Dead serious.
And the thing is I don't care how much you tell them that you like their natural body, and they'll tell you, nah, that's not really what you like. No, this is what you like. I'm gonna go spend $10, $15, $20, $30,000 on surgery, cosmetic surgery, because I know this deep down, this is what you like. You just telling me lies.
and to come out looking like a Bug's Life.
Looking like a goddamn clown.
Coming out with an ant body.
An ant body is right. Yeah, that's exactly the perfect analogy. A freaking Bug's Life. It's crazy. Let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. Speaking of smooth words.
Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21. And it reads, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
And this is, I mean, Most High is just obviously brilliant, genius. Because this, it tells you exactly the mindset and the state of the mind of the Edomite, okay? They talk with smooth words. They got that gift of gab, man. They know how to use those big words to ensnare you, draw you in, convince you that they're smarter than everybody else in the goddamn room, right? This is what they do. They convince you that they're smarter than everybody in the room. So naturally, guess what? You're going to listen to what they have to say. They establish automatic credibility based on the way they speak, right? So those words that are coming out their mouth are smoother than butter, Jack, right? But what's in their heart as they're speaking? What's in their heart? What's on their mind? I'm gonna take this nigga out, right? I'm thinking of ways I'm gonna take this nigga out with everything. This fair speech that I just gave them, right? I'm gonna convince their women to delete their babies when they get knocked up. I'm gonna convince their women to join the workforce, right? I'm gonna pit their women against their men. And how'd they do that? With their words coming out of their mouth, is smoother than butter, with their philosophies.
Well, you want Medicaid, you want this,
You want
him on child
welfare?
support, you want welfare.
Welfare? Get them out of the house. Kick them out of the house, right?
I guess
And our
another
sisters.
example would be what they did to the Native Americans. Look at the trees. They came with the smooth words with their trees, and then turned around and was like, "Oh, I can't wait to break it and take all these." Because that was that smooth words with Warren his.
God, that's what they did. I mean, it's wash, rinse, and repeat.
Yes,
This is
that's
what they've
right.
been doing for centuries, and it's worked. And it's worked.
That's like that MO.
That's their MO.
You know what's so funny? Like you're right. You know what the scriptures say? Like there's nothing new under the sun. Because during the time of Greece, they did the exact same thing. Remember, you can't call yourself a Jew. You can't practice your. You can't do any of that. You must do what we do or die.
That is,
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like it's
First
like it's
Maccabees,
always been that's
Second
been
Maccabees,
the MO
6 and 6.
from the beginning since they've started conquering, since Alexander the Macedonian went around conquering the dark nations.
That's 2 Maccabees 6 and 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feast days, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. And in the day of the king's birth, every month, they were brought by bitter constraint to eat the sacrifices, which was swine. We've looked it up.
Yep.
And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. So not only were they making it illegal for us to follow our own culture, they were forcing us, physically putting us into constraints and making us celebrate birthdays and eat swine. And Bacchus would celebrate his birthday every month.
But that was until they were destroyed. It's the same thing. It's like the same MO, you know?
It is.
Because
They're
they
just
had
more
to
subtle.
force us when they brought us over here until we got to the point of being in the destruction. And they're like, okay, we don't have to worry about the dog running out the yard anymore.
Yeah, well, you
know
know,
what I mean?
this right here is 500 years before Yahushua hit the scene. And what is he doing? He's talking, he's got his disciples set up to talk to who? The Gentiles. Who are the Gentiles? These people right here that got the laws stripped away from them. And now they don't know who we are. Some of them do, but for the most part, they're just like us. We know who we are, but we still have to follow the laws and the almost to the T, the culture of this place.
You're right.
Good
Because of
points.
captivity.
Good points, because like the brother was saying, there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, what was will be again, and this is exactly what we're seeing. Now, granted, now they're a lot more subtle about it. Okay, they're not holding the gun to your head, making you eat pork. You know why? Because these dumb niggas are doing it on their own, right? They're having little cake fries and what do you call it?
They do that whole
bakes
they do that whole Sambo Coon shit. Start dancing around and doing all this fucking bullshit just because you got a plate full of bacon. I mean, you know what I mean? I've just seen so much in such a short amount of time. I almost become speechless to the fact that you guys literally praise wickedness. You praise
They
unclean
praise
food.
wickedness. They praise wickedness. God.
They praise the unclean food, all of it.
crazy.
All of it's like, it's the culture now. So the guys that started this, they're sitting back in their chair. Like I said, it's perpetual motion now. It's like, wow, this is working way
Yeah,
better
we
than
don't
we
have to do
ever
anything.
expected.
We can just sit back, chill, and just watch them self-destruct. Because that's exactly what these idiots are doing.
That's why Tupac said that the black man is an endangered species.
Isn't there a scripture somewhere?
Really, we're not, but one with a mindset that's correct, we're becoming an endangered species mentally because we're not who we're. This is who we are. This is Israel right here. But you guys, for some reason, think this is Israel. This is Israel right here. Now, this is our Israel. And this is your problem, Christians. This is not Israel. Look carefully. Can you not see the dude painting over the face? This is why Christians don't watch our channel either, because they don't want to hear truth.
Well, they don't want to follow anybody that looks like that, the house side. They want to follow a God that looks like them. All right? If as long as the Lord looks like them in this depiction, they're all good. Okay? It's all good. He's got blonde hair and blue eyes. Guess what? He's going to be worshipped.
You know why they don't see us as any threat or anything? Because of all of these posters where we're getting beat to death. All of our ancestors were beat to death. We in our past lives were beat to death. Our women were raped in front of us and had to watch us be beat to death. So in this day and age, they gave that woman away from the man and then beat him to death some more, kicked him out and said, look how horrible this guy is. Don't you want to be you really want to be a part of that? Here, come on over here with me, the old slave master. I am going to make it so much better for you. You're going to make $100,000 a year, but you're going to have to kick that nigga out. You're going to have to get rid of the nigga. You can have any guy you want, you can do anything you want, but once you have a nigga in your house, we're taking everything you've got.
You know how you were
And it's
saying,
systematic. They're not. It's like, how do you say something without saying it? Pretty much.
They said they turned evil.
They turn evil into good and good into evil.
And good into evil. I think I saw something written in Isaiah. What was it like? Woe to those that call
good evil and evil good,
or something like that, right? That's in the book of Isaiah, right?
5 and something.
20.
5 and 20.
5 and 20.
Let's get it.
That's what when I was like, hey, that's exactly what's going on when you talk about they don't know what a woman is. When you're talking about you can't even ask, what is a woman? Now they don't even, you don't know what a woman is now? Like all of a sudden, and women are the ones that's pushing that more than anything.
Right.
And then they still want you to open the door for them, pay for everything, and be a woman, but at the same time not know what a woman is.
Not know what a woman is. What's a woman?
Yeah, you're still supposed to be a man. You're supposed to be chivalrous and brave.
Yeah.
But you can't be toxically masculine.
No. Yeah.
But if she needs your help, you better show up with some toxic masculinity. I don't.
This is why they don't usurp authority over men. That's why they're the weaker vessel, because
They change every week.
Well, it's funny. It's the toxic masculinity that they want to sleep with.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the soft-spoken beta guys.
The beta,
you know what I mean?
No.
It's not the wimpy guys.
It's not the simps.
It's the toxic masculinity that they want.
It's not the simps.
That's what gets them. Not to be X-rated, but I mean, but you understand my point, okay? A man, all right, that's made the way he's supposed to be. A man acting the way he's supposed to be, all right, is what they're attracted to.
That's right. Even though they say something else.
They say one thing, but they want another. Exactly. These Edomytes, they turn this damn world upside down, Jack.
Completely upside down.
Is that what it is? 1 to 10.
Isaiah 5 and 20.
Isaiah 5 and 20, and it reads, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. One more. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
Oh, man.
That sums up the Edomite, especially in 2024. You know? The alphabet lifestyle, right? That's wicked. That's an abomination, right? But according to the Edomite,
That lifestyle started. That lifestyle started a long time ago. But remember, back in the day when they were bringing it to the surface, you had the Boy George, and you had the Christians saying, "Oh, the laws are done away with. Do as thou wilt." And then the next move was just as long as they're not hurting anybody. And then from so on and so forth. Now they're getting recognition. They're getting a special day.
but now they're coming after the kids.
Hey, they got one.
Yeah, they gave us. They put that month. Isn't that the same month as Black? Whatever month.
Juneteenth. Yeah. Yeah.
So imagine that. Wow, just in your face, slap, slap, slap. But you guys don't care. You don't see it that way. You see it as something else. There's 12 months in a year, all these other months and days, but they have to have our day, which we don't even want that day anyway. We don't give a shit about it, but it is a slap in the face still that you're going to say, well, this is your day. Just like how they broke all the trees with the natives. Here, this is for you, but we're also going to give it to all these other people too.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to be delivered, man. We need Yahushua to come and deliver us out of this wicked-ass kingdom and destroy it. Set this place on fire by way of the nuclear missiles, all right? Because that's the only way this place is going to be cleansed, all right? It has to be cleansed by fire, all right? So there won't be any saving of Babylon the Great. There won't be any healing of Babylon the Great. You Edomites, enjoy what's left of your kingdom, because Yahushua is coming back and he's going to destroy all of it. All right, when you're reborn back into this world, you're going to be born with shackles on your feet and yokes of iron around your necks.
That's right.
All right, that's all I got, brothers. Anybody got anything?
I was in it the same way, but I was going to go with Matthew.
Go ahead, bro.
Matthew 16 and 27, I think.
Bring it on.
We're going to close out with this. Matthew 16 and 27. For the Son of Man shall come in his glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. And with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, understand this. You're going to get paid according to your works. All you Christian Israelisms or Christian Israelites or whatever you are, everybody that's connected to Israel in a bloodline, you're getting repaid. Whether you're doing 1/3 work or 2/3 works. The rest of you, you're fucking doomed. Straight up. There's nothing for you. If you're lucky, you'll get to be a slave. If you're, you know what, I've heard, and this is how you know when someone's a real Israelite too. I'd rather be a slave in the kingdom than what these, you know, than suffer some of like the burning, because they don't understand the hell and all that. So I'd rather be a slave than burn in hell for eternity. And you know that's a very powerful spirit, because an Edomite would never say that. So you know right away. Oh wait a second, no. So,
That's like
but
that
anyway.
truth, Lord. Although the dogs do give the crumbs of the master's table, which you're just saying, like that spirit that's like, I'd rather scrape the gum in the kingdom than not be in the kingdom.
Be a doorman at the gates than
That's right.
be in the burden of, you know, there. It's, in other words, like I said, that
Because even the life of the slave in the kingdom is above anything that, because the kingdom is set up differently. At least that's what I think. Yeah, like the life of the slave is different. I mean, you can't beat your slaves.
yeah, you really
can't pluck their
we
eyes
have
out and cause
we
them-
definitely have laws according to how we would treat the slaves too.
Right.
But
No, they're going to be ruled with a rod of iron.
There it is.
They're going to be getting beat. Their ass going to get beat. Fuck that. If we
40
got beat,
stripes.
no. The Heavenly Father, he's a man of war. All right? So that means he's a man of violence. So it says, give them double what they gave us.
That is true. That is
Okay? So they beat the shit out of us.
Oof.
We're going to beat the shit out of them. Now, according to the law, that's righteous. To beat them is righteous.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be raping their wives,
and all that.
right? We're
Yeah.
not going to be sodomizing their men. We're not going to be, raping their children.
Yeah, you
like those
basically like
devils did us.
You're like,
right?
you need to go over there
We're
and
not
build
beating
that
them to
wall. And they
death.
say
Either
no.
I might need
Then you
work
can beat the
anymore.
shit out of them because you ain't saying no. You're gonna go build that wall like I told you to.
No, I mean, because they will be getting beat to death, because it says we'll dash their little ones to pieces.
Yeah.
All right, that's in the kingdom of heaven. That means they're going to be
Yeah.
just
happy
that.
shall I be to dash thy little one's head against the
Yeah,
stone.
their little ones are going to be dashed against the stones. They're going to be destroyed, right? They're going to be beaten. All the shit that they did to us is going to be happening to them, all right? But we're going to be in our full perfection, all right?
And they say that's wickedness, but we have all of these receipts from them doing that exact thing to
Nothing
us.
but receipts. Nothing but receipts. So you can fuck off.
That's
all right?
Revelations
You're
13.
trying to act like you're on this moral authority, but you didn't say anything. You didn't turn a blind eye. You sat there and watched it on Sundays and smiled, took pictures, and thought the shit was funny. It was entertainment. You know what I'm saying? You Christians didn't turn a blind eye. You didn't say, thou shalt not kill. You're not going to do that to our brothers, our neighbors. No, we weren't neighbor. We were subhuman. We were, what is it?
3/5 of a man.
3/5 of a man.
To
wrote
this
it down.
day, the
Hey, they wrote it
Constitution
down.
still stands.
Yeah.
They wrote it down.
They chopped our ears off. They chopped our fingers off.
In our nose.
And de-skinned us and made shoes and chairs and purses and shit, wallets, right?
They actually took the body parts. That's what a picnic is. So the real definition of a picnic would be to go and take one of the slaves, pick a nigga, and go hang him from a tree. And then they would cut off various body parts while he was dying, and they would keep them as souvenirs. That's why you never heard a black person say, let's go on a picnic. We say, we going on a cookout. We're going to go outside and cook. And you guys got to know one other thing. One other really dark, dirty secret about these Edomites in the past. All those breeding camps were for food. We were considered a delicacy like shrimp, crab, lobster, black man. That's all real stuff. If you don't believe me, there's books. One perfect example is called The Delectable Nigga. Read that book.
Unbelievable.
So with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this message. We're facing the east, and we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to those elder apostles and prophets, because they're the only reason why we have this truth.
Baba Ball.